How's it going, ladies and brewsters? I'm Sixkilla and welcome back to Sound of Drop. We are currently in the employee alleyway thing where, shit, I've forgotten the guy's name. Our guide dude. Hiyoshi has passed out. He's still alive though, and we're just deciding whether we're just gonna abandon him there and fuck off, or stay there. And look, I don't think abandoning is a good idea. It seems a bit ruthless. Considering he did save our lives, you know. Anyway, I'm alone. My awareness of the situation quickly turns to anxiety, sorry. I'm all alone inside this incomprehensible Manten Aquarium. The only other existence I can rely on, Hiyoshi-san, currently has his eyes closed. Hiyoshi-san, please wake up. Growing impatient, I shake his shoulders. He doesn't even moan, and his lack of a reaction only increases my anxiety, so I call his name in a louder voice. Whether or not my voice reaches him, his eyes flutter open. On closer inspection, he has distinct double eyelids. Thank goodness you're awake. Huh? Are you looking down on me too? Hiyoshi-san, what? Nanakobe Mayumi. I'm not looking down on you or anything like that. You too? Screaming, he grabs my left ankle as I squat next to him. His strength is unthinkable compared to his gentle demeanor from only moments ago. His rough hands dig into my soft skin. Terror rages within my heart at this first brush with a man's real power. Please, stop. Whenever he seems to be losing his grip on my leg, he tightens it more. Every time I verbalize my pain, his grip intensifies a little further. My concern for him is gone. Only the feeling of his rejection remains. You little. I realize that little by little he's pulling me closer to him. He really is that strong. I haven't done anything. Hiyoshi-san. Gripping my ankle tightly, Hiyoshi-san pulls himself up little by little. His chest is huge, and the muscles in his arms bulge and form a mountain shape. His face lacks the appearance of sanity, and his eyes are looking in different directions. They roll without end, seeming as if they will go completely white. Though I intend to put distance between us, I'm unable to do so. As if coaxed, I'm pulled closer to him. No. Rejected, I'm being rejected. The one's doing it. Are you all? No. While standing himself up, he sluggishly lifts his left hand. His fingers point in my direction. There's no mistaking his intent to grab me with both hands. I'm filled with a desire to be free from him. Oh man, I'm gonna die again. We've died like every time so far. Shake off his right hand. I have to get his hand loose. As I try to loosen the hand clutching my leg, he frantically pushes me off. As if pushing against a rock, his hand remains unperturbed. No way. Even giving those words form can't change reality. No good. As he lets out a groan, Hiyoshi-san's left hand reaches for me. His movements are slow, but his fingers are moving in my direction. Hurry. I have to hurry and get him off me. As before, Hiyoshi-san's hand won't move. It has an uncanny strength. Even tried to loosen his fingers one by one. My strength is no match for his. What should I do? Then I realize I'm concentrating too hard on my left leg. He's latched onto my right leg with the same strength. What? When I grabbed onto both my legs, I have no room to put up a fight, and I'm pulled in closer to him. His bloodshot face appears right before my eyes. His pupils are split in opposite directions, much like a fish's eyes. So very well. You all will. What comes from Hiyoshi-san's mouth are not words. Without realizing it, I've stopped listening to him. Ow. He's definitely splitting apart my legs with all his strength. An intense pain shoots right through me, as if my legs being torn off at the hip. Even as I try to escape, my legs will not move at all. On account of him lifting me by the legs, my torso goes limp, as if hanging in midair. No, Hiyoshi-san. The stenches. Luka, Miki, either one is fine. My words suddenly no longer reach him. But that is for the best. I can no longer hear his words either. Oh, he did? When I open my eyes, Hiyoshi-san is no longer there. Moreover, I no longer care about him. Losing consciousness was surely to prevent my mind from going all to pieces. Really, what a useless effort. Seeing as how my body has already gone all to pieces. The tragedy of helplessness. I told you, every time I pick a choice, I get myself killed. I feel like it's The choices are designed in such a way that you'll naturally just opt for the choice that'll get you killed first. Which isn't it's good design if you want the players to see everything, you know. Still, kind of feels shitty to always die immediately. Alright. Let's try... call out frantically. Anything that involves frantically seems like a waste of time. That's why I went with this one. Which is why it's worded like that, right? So that I will pick this one. Call out frantically. Yoshi-san, what's wrong? Please come back. Even after what he's done to me, I still resist using violence against Yoshi-san. Of course, I take into account that my strength would be no match for his. More than anything, he saved me at the jellyfish booth. The one who saved my life. My only thought is that I have to save him. Yeah. Yoshi-san, calm down, it's alright. It's alright. You all. Ouch. Ignoring my attempt to calm him, his large arm tenses, shooting out towards my leg. This is bad at this rate. Okay. Even so, call his name. Yoshi-san. Even so, I want to save him. This isn't something that comes from some sense of duty or ethics. Just for myself, I want to save him. You all. After all, you won't even... As he scales my body, I somehow keep him from grabbing both legs. Thanks to the fact that he's distracted, I'm somehow able to get through the moment without being grabbed. You won't even... Hiroshi-san, what exactly do you... You all won't look at me. His words get caught up in my chest. You won't look at me? This thought seems to have been etched into his deranged mind. However, denial comes first from my mind before any question. That's not true, because if I weren't looking at you, I wouldn't be thinking I want to help you now, would I? You... what? Yoshi-san. Yoshi. I call his name. No, it isn't enough, so... Isn't it Kenji? Isn't his name Kenji? None of those are right. Maybe it's meant to be this one? Kanji? Kanji-san. Having been called by his name, the hand reached towards me slowly lowers. Although the hand clutching my leg doesn't loosen, it is correct to say that he has stopped. Yeah? Huh? Me, please look at me! Having suddenly broken his silence, Yoshi-san grabs onto my right leg with both hands. He pulls himself toward me with a strength that feels like it could rip my leg apart, scraping the floor and coming closer to me as I resist. No, please stop. Me, I want you. I want you all. You all too. Ow, it hurts, it hurts. Oh man, we're gonna die again. Grabbing tight onto my buttocks, he bites at me with the same vigor that he attacked my leg. But the sensation is as if I'd been pricked by a single needle. My skin bristles in sync with the flow of my blood. All four of his sharpened cuspids are piercing my flesh, biting into me little by little, penetrating my skin. A viscous red liquid runs down along the contours of my buttocks. Let me go. All the same. No, get away from me. You too. No. His white teeth are dyed red with my blood. Once his cuspids are completely covered in red, a satisfied expression appears on his face, and he removes the teeth he's pierced me with. Yoshi-san wipes away the blood trickling down my butt with his tongue. The sliding sensation creeps up my inner thigh, causing a particular sensation in addition to my disgust. That's it. That's it. This is good. That reaction? No. With a look of ecstasy on his face, he stares down at me. The hand clutching my leg has let go, and my whole body's gone limp. I become aware that the area around my wound is gradually going numb, similar to the feeling of receiving anesthesia at the hospital. Even though I want to move, even though I want to run, my body won't listen to a thing I say. This is all you're good for. Please stop. If you won't look at me, I'll do this, even if it's bad, in exchange. No, stop. And he's dead. We're dead again. Damn it, I thought we had it that time. Before I realised that I've lost consciousness. Whether loss of blood was the cause or my heart, there was no one around to tell me the answer. Floating in darkness, I can no longer see. My eyes refuse to open. That's because this is, so to speak, the end of me. That seemed like we were on the right track, right? Misguided. Come on. Call the name again? Come on. Alright. Kick about frantically is our only option left now, I think. Or call his name and then kick about frantically. Alright, kick about frantically, come on. No, no. In time with my words of rejection, both of my legs jerk frantically. At any rate, I don't think I can take it if he grabs at my right leg, so I struggle with all my might, not even worrying about whether my skirt flips up. He's as strong as before, but his movements are slow, somehow allowing me to continue my resistance. Nevertheless, between the pain and my resistance, my stamina is fading rapidly. Before I realise it, my haggard breath is slower than a machine's motor. Don't reject me, you should be more accepting. Yoshi's words give an unchanging, distorted image. Whether he's given up on grabbing my other leg or not, his body leans toward me. The upper half of my body falls back, but he quickly yanks my leg and throws off my balance. Upon hearing me let out a scream, the corners of his mouth twitch. He's enjoying this. He's enjoying watching me lose the ability to resist. His expression makes this clear to me. One more thing has become clear to me, that is, that I can no longer see him as the Hiyoshi-san I once knew. I'm sorry. Even so, my conscience is tugging at me. My words of apology are proof of that. I use the heel of my boot to kick Hiyoshi-san, who pulled himself up in the nose. My skirt flutters up and I reflexively hold it down. Seizing the opportunity, Hiyoshi-san yanks at my left leg hard towards him. Whether it's because of his hesitation or not, my other leg slides free of his right hand. A single light of blood trickles from his nose. The heels must be harder than I thought. Upon seeing the blood, I shut my eyes immediately. However, I realize I no longer have the luxury of instinctively worrying about him. Pulling myself upright, I break into a run in order to escape him. In no time, he's moved in front of me. I want to get away from Hiyoshi-san. With that one thought, I decide to go in a direction unknown to me. Kicking me isn't that impudent? Could the stench on the sole of the shoe be Ruka? Or is it Miki? I hear him say after getting about 5 meters away from him. I quickly regret turning back. Feels good, does it? That's fine. That's just fine. Hiyoshi-san yells, writhing on the floor. The transformation of the one who has rescued me is too devastating. Even so, there's no change in the fact that he tried to hurt me. I understand somewhere in my heart that through no fault of his own, he's no longer sane, and the desire to protect my own body is winning inside of me. I'm sorry, but as I shut my eyes, I turn away from Hiyoshi-san. I'm sure he isn't looking at me anymore. In other words, he's no longer conscious of anything. His voice attempts to stop my fleeing legs many times, but no matter how fast he is, I've already decided to head for the exit of the staff passageway. Man, that whole passageway was an ordeal, wasn't it? Quite the kerfuffle. As soon as the door is between us, I put my ear against it and listen to the sounds in the passageway I just left. However, it's only my own violent pulse, and not Hiyoshi-san going crazy that I can hear. Honestly, I almost feel relieved. Being separated like this leaves me feeling worried about him, but at the moment I don't have the time to spare. I wonder if this is wrong. It's natural that I'd have these doubts, I say over my shoulder. The only thing to respond to my words is the wind rustling my hair. That's right, this is... Finally, I begin to confirm my location. This place is semi-outdoors and even colder than the passageway, despite the fact that it's summer. I shiver instinctively. Below eye level, there are several plastic chairs in a row. In the centre of the chairs, which are lined up like dolls on a tiered stand, is a stage that is a little smaller than a school classroom. Bowls and buckets are lying atop it. In the centre of the stage is something resembling a small shed. A stage? That's right, for things like sea lions. Stage, one facility that no aquarium should lack. From kids to adults, the show is something everyone can enjoy. This small city aquarium, Manten Aquarium, still has a stage despite its size. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while. Upon murmuring this, doubt enters my mind. Hiyoshi-san said this place was on a shifted time axis, but even so, each section just feels too different. The fish of the world booth where the first strange phenomenon occurred, the jellyfish booth, and tunnel tank. Thinking back on them in order, they each felt like their own distinct time period. The countless fish that decayed, the immense entrancing beauty. With each new facility I entered, the look changed. Ridiculous. There can't be. I start to say and shake my head. I don't know how many things I had thought impossible have come to pass here. This is crazy. This crazy theory, perhaps. Never mind. I have to find Himeno. Pushing my doubts to the edge of my mind, I head down the stairs, for the guests seating toward the stage. This is... About halfway to the stage, I find a booklet on top of a seat that is thick enough to contain about 50 pages. Manten Aquarium guidebook is written on the front cover. That's all I see, just the name and nothing else. This has a map inside. I suddenly realized that as I'm finishing my sentence, since Himeno has our map, this is definitely going to come in handy. This is a blue one, so I don't think it's important. But I'm going to save anyway. Let's try and read a little more. Thumbing through the pages, I see that it has an introduction to Manten Aquarium. Other than that, there are bits of trivia about the fish on display, like that the piraruku is the biggest freshwater fish, or that orca communicate using ultrasonic waves. I want to read through this letter, though I don't want to part with the guidebook. I detach the map from it. Not knowing what might happen, I come to the conclusion that I don't want to carry around anything bulky. Okay. Suppressing my desire to sit down and read it, I return the guidebook to the seat. Staff room. There might be something there. On weeknights, they hold the adult-targeted Manten Aquarium exploratory tour. It supposedly shows off the other side of Manten Aquarium. For that expedition, pathways that customers are normally unaware of are printed in the guidebook. According to the map, there appears to be a staff waiting area. It seems they don't stop there on the exploratory tour, but the place itself is printed on the map. If I go there, someone may be there. Looking at the map, I wonder which way I should go as I follow the route. It seems there are two paths to the staff room. The first path is through the passageway I went through earlier. The other seems to be through an underground passage connected to the inside of the shed on the stage. Even though it's labelled as underground, it's more accurate to say it's one floor down. I still don't know how Hiyoshi-san is, so I think I should take the latter path. I'm scared after all. Himeno, where are you? Lowering my defences, these weak-hearted words well up inside me. I mumble them as I step onto the stage. Following those words, anxiety descends upon me. You? I am right here. No way, Himeno? I doubt that voice, which seemed ready and waiting on me, was an illusion. No, wait, that's cruel, Mayu. Himeno? I can hear Himeno's voice, but I can't see her. Where is she? I think as I glance about the stage, Himeno's nowhere to be found. That's right, inside the shed. When the shed at the edge of the stage enters my line of sight, I head for it at double speed. The floor is wet enough that it seems I should slip, but somehow I hold on and move forward. The inside of the shed is as if a waiting area and a warehouse had been combined into one room. The fishy stench is probably from the stairs, from food used during shows. In the past, I had seen a fish thrown to a sea lion that caught a ball with its nose. I'm gonna have a memory now? No. Himeno? Himeno! At the edge of the shed, in a plain metal chair against the wall, Himeno is leaning against the back in what appears to be a state of total exhaustion. You? I have so much to say to you, Himeno, because Seeing her face, any thoughts of our argument are completely blown out of existence. Words that found no form are forever pushed away. The fact that she's alright, all on its own, makes me happy. It's fine. First of all, calm down. Himeno, what's wrong? Mate, don't make that face. There's nothing to worry about. I have a lot of things to say to Himeno, but my words get caught in my throat. Seeing Himeno breathing heavily, my own pulse quickens. As I stand there, forgetting how to breathe, Himeno lays a hand on my chest. Even when she had a cold, Himeno would still come to school with a smile on her face. When she got injured at club, she wouldn't take time off from gym class. That's why even in this aquarium, I thought somewhere in my heart that Himeno would be fine. If only we could reunite, surely she would lead with a smile. We'd go home side by side. That'd be my hope. I'm sorry, Mayu. I don't think I can make it. It's so easy for Himeno's soft complaints to punch me right in the heart. With just that one phrase, I dropped to my knees in front of her. Mayu, get up. I won't, no, because... I shake my head at Himeno's words. I can't remain standing, not while seeing my precious friend like this, and hearing her frail voice. Every time Himeno speaks, she spews white nematodes from her mouth. I'm not sure if she's aware of it or not, but thin creatures that look like mealworms wriggle at her feet. With a clatter, Himeno seems as if she might fall from the chair. I support Himeno from under her arm, propping her up. Thank you. Don't thank me, Himeno. What happened? Himeno's body is hot. The same as when I had my 104-degree fever. No, higher than that. I'm glad I got to see you again, but I didn't want you to see me in this Unable to finish what she was saying, Himeno coughs up several nematodes, along with some spit. I don't want to see it. Not necessarily because it's weird or disgusting. I just don't want to see Himeno this way. Himeno, let's go to the hospital. We'll eat ice cream, alright? It's probably impossible now. Hearing the words that had fallen instinctively from my mouth, Himeno smiles back at me. Even as I ignore the lie in Himeno's smile, I still become aware of it. It's not impossible. Mai? It's not impossible. I'll take you to a hospital, okay? So let's go. Thanks that you feel that way. Fills me up. It's not just my feelings. Got it, Himeno? Can you stand? Don't overdo it, okay, Mai? That's right, I wanted to apologize to you, Mai. In an attempt to lean in my shoulder, I take Himeno's arm, but she quickly brushes me off. Himeno's hands are shaking. Despite this, she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a key change. That's... Yeah, by the way, when I thought back to when I picked it up, it most likely wasn't yours, Mai. I'm such an idiot. You're not. It was because I didn't listen at all to what you said, so... Because I was so convinced you dropped it, Mai. Thinking back... She's repeating the same thing over and over. Himeno's consciousness must be getting hazy. Every time Himeno gets choked up, she vomits up viscous sputum and lively bugs. Even so, I can't look away from Himeno. I get the feeling that if I don't look her in her face, I'll never see her. Never again see her smile. I don't think I've been over dramatic or anything of the sort, since I'd never heard of someone throwing up bugs. Here, you take it, Mai. What? This keychain? Yeah, there seems to be no mistake. Someone dropped it. That's why... Give it back to them. Give it back? That's... We're going back together, right? Manten Aquarium is small. Surely we'll find them right away, won't we? Jeez, Mai, you idiot. Can't you tell by looking? There's no way I can go home. No, don't, Himeno. If you say that, it'll come to pass. Himeno places the keychain on my palm and then softly places her hands once more on my shoulders. She moves her hands from there to the back of my head, then with a light, feather-like sensation, she pulls me close to her. Himeno? Mai, get home. No matter what. The hug lasts only a few seconds. Then Himeno lightly pushes me away. I couldn't take it if I infected you. Just leave me here. Right at the end of his sentence, as the end of his sentence fades away, her head flops forward. No way. No way. Himeno's body with her eyes shut, and not even one fingertip moving. It's hot. Even so, Himeno won't turn her smile my way. She won't respond to my voice. No way, there's just no way. Without a second thought, I hold Himeno. She said I might get infected, but that doesn't matter to me. Having welled up inside her mouth, nematodes crawl about Himeno's puffed up lips, experiencing feelings of intense denial. I wipe away a nematode and crush it. A murky green liquid remains on my finger. I quickly rub it off on the floor. She's moving? With her chest so close to mine, I can feel a pulse. No mistake, it's a heartbeat. Pulling away from Himeno, my trembling hand somehow lands on his left breast. Having sunk into the softness, I definitely feel a pulse going ba-dub. She's alive. Himeno. I'm so glad. Just like that, I forget about rubbing off the filth and sit down. Even with the bugs getting into her body, as long as she's alive, I think it can work out somehow. I won't even consider the possibility of it not working out. But I can't think of a concrete way to save Himeno. Within my completely blank mind, there's only anxiety and fear. Having slumped more than sat down, a third person's voice reaches my ear. Anisakis and Pseudoterranova? Metra? That aren't supposed to infect humans? I wonder what exactly could cause something like this to happen. If this situation wasn't what it was, I would immediately preserve some of them in a petri dish. What? From behind me, a cold voice interrupts my thoughts. In contrast with the feverish Himeno, that voice clings coolly to the nape of my neck. It's a woman's voice I've never heard. It's a pity I cannot collect this precious sample. I don't have the luxury of time right now. I must find that child quickly. My, what a cute girl. What is it? Might you have come to the aquarium to have fun with your friend? Aquarium? This is Manten Aquarium, right? That's right, me and Himeno. So this girl, she's called Himeno-chan then. The woman looks to be in her 30s, her blue eyeshadow leaving quite the impression. Her appearance, coupled with her calm manner of speaking, both tell me that she must be quite mature. Her light-coloured hair is collected into an updo, and her suit is impeccably chosen. those clothes, could you be an aquarium staff member? Yes. I am Saginuma Reiko. At this aquarium I am, I suppose, a representative of the director. Like a vice director? A little bit different. It would take some time to explain. More importantly, you should move away from Himeno-chan. Huh? The woman called Himeno by name, with a coquettish tone that gives me the impression of being very forced. Crossing her arms as she looks down at me, the woman narrows her eyes. Would it be easier for you if I use the word infection? You have a wound on your leg, don't you? It's as if their fertility has intensified. I mean, there are probably eggs amongst all that as well. What? She doesn't appear to be dead, but it's only a matter of time. You can no longer save Himeno-chan. Please wait a second. It's fine to leave her like that. After I finish my business, I'll take her with me as a sample. The corners of Saginuma-san's mouth widen as she says this. My fear of this woman is even greater than my anger at Himeno being referred to as a sample. Even though someone right in front of her eyes might die, she's smiling. How in the world could she make that face? Because I can't understand. Saginuma Reiko-san seems terrifying to me. Please wait, if you're a member of the staff, then can't you take me to this building's first aid room or call an ambulance or something since Himeno's alive? It seems you care for Himeno-chan a great deal. So, try to imagine this. If you die because of her, think about how Himeno-chan would feel. Himeno is alive. Please don't say something like that. I'm begging you. Please save Himeno. I'm not a doctor. It's not possible. Moreover, I don't think the rescue workers would want to respond to such a hopeless call. Saginuma-san says this bluntly in a cruel voice. Her voice is colder than the first time I'd heard it, like water that is frozen over. She can't be saved anymore. Every time those words come from her mouth, my pulse grows louder and quicker. My blood is rushing through me, fast enough for my veins to be worn down from within. That's not good enough. Please save her. Please save Himeno. Before I know it, I'm facing her and pleading. However, my desperate pleas are being shattered by her cruel smile. I don't like disobedient children. I also have work to do. Important work. That matters. You have work? This place isn't normal. Isn't it something a staff member should get? After fear makes a lap through me, I push aside my emotions. Leaping over my fear and anxiety toward the woman, I wholeheartedly just want to save Himeno. Not normal? Whatever do you mean? As aquariums also serve as research institutions, the situation itself isn't normal. Now is it? I don't understand at all. That's enough. No matter how much time I spend here, it won't help. If you wish to join me, you're free to do so. Free to join you? Saginuma-san, aren't you staff here? Are you saying you don't know anything about this aquarium filled with nothing but phenomena? I don't understand a word of what you're saying. Are these good things? I'm telling you I'm going now. If you wish to die along with her, then just sit there, staring about like that. Later, I'll study you in full as well. Though one sample is more than enough. I shudder as a chill runs up my spine. I'm finally able to understand that this isn't a joke. That she is saying she sincerely doesn't care whether Himeno lives or dies. Wait, please. You've wasted enough of my time. I must hurry up and find that child. The last bit of what Saginuma-san says is inaudible as she runs out from the small room on the stage. Being neither harmful nor harmless, that's the type of person she is. Thinking she could point me down the one path that leads away from Himeno and I dying together. With just one phrase, I am thrust down to rock bottom. Himeno can't be saved? That single phrase bounces around my head numerous times. No. Turning it over in my head with such frequency, the truth Saginuma-san has stated is becoming engraved upon my heart. I can no longer hear the click-clack sound of her high heels. Instead, what resonates is the sound of drops falling from my eyes. If you're having doubts, then just die. Huh? Who? It's a girl's voice, much younger than Saginuma-san, around the same age as me, in fact. I turn toward the voice, coming a short distance away from where I'm holding Himeno. Now, we've seen you before. A slender girl who's a little taller than me, with eyes a slightly different colour than Saginuma-san's cold eyes, looking down at me scornfully. Her long hair is tied back, dangling behind her like a tail. She is a bit different from Himeno, but she's still a girl in fashionable attire. I watch her with cautious interest as she glares at me. What's this, all of a sudden? Who knows? I'm just annoyed with you, since I hate people who are so wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? You think you can just show up and know how I'm feeling? I don't know. I'm not interested. I I feel irritated at this girl who knows nothing of my circumstances showing up with all these complaints. To think that Saginuma-san left and now this. She's directing her futile impatience at me as well. The girl is calm but speaking fast. Hearing such a tone, I can't go on without saying something back. If you're not interested, then why did you speak to me? More importantly, you haven't got swept up in anything dangerous, have you? Who knows? What's with that answer? You say just what you want to say. How mean. When this girl started speaking to me, it raised hope somewhere inside of me. I briefly hold out hope that she's talking to me now, because she knows in some way I can save Himeno. That's why I begin to feel something more than just irritation toward the girl, who has come to kick me while I'm down. That girl's gonna get eaten up by bugs and die, right? But parasites aren't all that quick or efficient. What do you... Because it's this Manten Aquarium, she will die. If it were me, that's what I would think. Then what are you saying? My heart begins to beat faster at her words. I regret placing so much hope in this girl. Nevertheless, from her way of speaking, could it be that if you get out of here, then there may be a way to cure her? If it comes down to crying and dying, I would fight back rather than giving in. Cure her? Just now you said cure her, really? But that staff member earlier, she said she could no longer be saved. I don't know, there's no guarantee she can be saved. But the one who said she couldn't be saved was an employee of the aquarium, right? Not a doctor. Not a doctor. She seemed like she knew a lot about parasites, but sure enough, the woman was not a doctor, she said so herself. Also, the girl said something previously that caught my attention. Earlier you said this Manten Aquarium, right? What is this place? If you know, then tell me. Don't take me for a fool. But I don't know. Since this is an aquarium where nothing but dangerous things happen, I wouldn't know how to get out of here. I can't save Himeno. Which path you take is completely up to you. I don't have any more time to worry about other people. I'm just saying, if it were me, I wouldn't quit until I was dead. Upon making a blunt assertion, the girl heads for the innermost part of the shed. Somehow, in contrast to the employee earlier, she had entered from the side of the stage. If you don't have time, then why are you encouraging me? Encouraging me? Upon saying those words, I get an awkward feeling. The cutting assertions she made in a blunt tone and the words she said to me weren't exactly kind. However, I found them kind in the moment. It isn't that I can't save her, nor is it guaranteed that I can. Having received even a small amount of hope, my tears have stopped. I told you already, I was just getting annoyed. Without looking back, the girl walks away. Sitting on the ground, huddled close with Himeno, I think over the two possibilities in my mind. Since it's unlikely that I can save her, I should just stay here with her a second longer. Should I just stay here? Or should I believe the girl's words and escape from this danger-filled aquarium? Two possibilities, balancing on a scale. And with that, we're going to wrap this one up here because we're out of time for today, and we already know that whichever one I pick is going to be the wrong one. We have a lot of experience with that now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.